In the series of learning Python, we have studied about the standard Python data types, and we had a quick look about the Python basic data types, how numbers look like, that is integers and float, how you can take user input for that part, how you can store strings, and how list and tuple look like. So in the series of learning Python, now we are going to start about the detailed introduction over each data type. We have discussed about number category, how we can convert the numbers into the character and character into the numbers. So we have done with our first data type, that is the number. Now in this tutorial, we are going to start with strings, like how you can store the string and how you can access the string, like if you want to access a particular character. We are also going to discuss how predefined functions that exist in Python, how they work on string, right? So let's start. Consider a basic string here. For example, I have a variable as a, and I want to store some sort of string. The string can be anything like Python is any basic thing that you want to start. So let's take a variable as a here. And let's store Python is, right? If I want to print the entire word that is Python is, I can simply do it as print a. But I want to access a particular character from the Python that has been stored in variable a, I should use the method indexing. Index number are same as that of the concept that you may have studied in the array. Like here it would be p, then y, t, h, o, n. As we can see, Python and is separated with a space. So here would be one index number that is to be counted for space. Now, index number, if you want to count the Python is from the starting, then beginning always gets start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? If you want to access your string from backside, that is backward, so your string is going to start with minus number, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. Right? So using the concept of indexing, we can access a particular character that you are looking for. So here, Python is stored in A, right? So on index number 0, to represent the index number, we will be using the square bracket here. Square, and on position of 0, we have P, right? So if you are going to print a 0, only this part, your output is going to be P, right? If you are going to print a 6, your output would be an empty space, right? So let's have a look quickly. Let's take a variable a and let's store Python is. Right? If I want to print, simply print a, then my output will be Python is. Although if I want to do it as a into 10, my output would be Python is, would be 10 times. Wait, I'll run this. Taking a bit, right? So this is the output of print a, and here Python is, right? And if you want your Python is each time in the next line, what you can do, you can separate it using \n. \n is the escape sequence, which is going to print your output each time in the next line. Let's run this. Let's read. Yeah, here it is. Python is, right? So it's more readable. Let's turn back to our point. Right? So you can perform multiplication here also. If I want to print P only, the character that is present as 0th index, you can do it as this way. So this is indexing, right? Or either print -1. -1 is going to print the last index, that is S here. Let's run this, right? Here it is, P, that is the last. Okay, here it was \n, so \n has a new line, so that's why it was printing the new line. Now it's going to be S, right? And although either if you want to print the last character, you can do it with the help of -1, or if you don't want to do it with the help of -1, what you can do, I have told you the one function that is length. If you want to calculate the total length of the variable, like print, I want to print the total length, then we have a function as len, that is the length of a, right? So here the length is going to be, let's run this. Here's some error. Yeah, and not be empty. So let's store -1 as of now. Let's print. So here the length of the string that is stored in A is 9, right? So what we can do if I want to print the last index, print inside this square bracket, we can use length of A, right? Now length of A is 9, but I don't want to print because see, as the index number are starting from 0, so your last index is going to be 8 only. So we don't have anything on 9th index. The S is at 8th index. So what you can do it as length of A minus 1, right? So this part would be the length, minus 1 would be the last index, and you want to print the last index of A, right? Let's run this again. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, here it is. If you want to print the last index, either you can use minus 1 or either you can use the concept of length. Clear? Now, if you want to print your string from P to T, that is P by T at the same time, we have a concept of slicing here. Slicing. The syntax for slicing is the variable name, put square bracket, write your first index from which you want to start, last index. Here this first index is inclusive in nature, and this last index is going to be exclusive in nature, right? If you want to print your string from P to T, what I need to write? Print A of 0 to T is at, P by T H O N, and further is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So T it is second index, but I need to write 3 here because last index is exclusive in nature. You always need to write one index more. Fine. So let's print A of 0 to 3, right? Let's run this. Let's wait for the output. So here it is, P by T. Fine. Or if you want to start your output or your string from 0, then you have an option to leave your first index as empty. Now also it's going to count it from 0 itself, right? Or for example, you want to start it from 2 and you want your output is fine, this complete part you want. So you can leave this part empty as well as, right? So Python is, right? And now if you want your output as only P by T, sorry, you want your output as P, then T, then O, that is PTO. And if we are talking about the index number, that is P, Y, T, H, O, N, then give a space, then I, and then S. Then P is at 0th index, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, then space is at 6th, 7th, and 8th. So P is at 0th index, P is at second index, and O is at 4th index. So how we can use that? We need to specify it using the differences. Like, first of all, write the index you want to start with. Then you want your last index that is present at 4th position, but we need to specify one index as extra. Then we need to specify the number of differences. See, this is the thing to look carefully. By default, the index number has the difference of 1 each, like P is at 0 and Y it is 1. So initially the difference is 1 here. But I want P, then O, T. So in the difference should be 2. So here in this line, this is the first index, this is the end index, and this is the number of difference that I want to specify. If you want your difference to be 3, then you can write 3 over there. So here, this is about PT, right? Python data types are has been categorized in 2 categories, that is mutable or immutable. I have used 2 terms here, that is mutable or immutable. Mutable means changeable, or immutable means unchangeable. Changeable, like if you have created your data, or if you have stored some data inside a variable, then you cannot change the content if it is immutable. Or you can modify its content, means you can update, delete, or insert some value after the creation, that is mutable. That comes under the category of changeable, that is mutable. So basically, Python strings are immutable in nature. Strings are immutable. How we can verify this? For example, inside this string, P is present at 0th index number, 0th. I want, instead of P, I want to assign J. Like on index 0, I want to assign J. Then it's going to give me error, right? How? Let's run this. Now we can see over this line, it has given me the error. The string object does not support item assigned. So fine. Python strings are immutable in nature. You cannot update, you cannot delete, nor insert any values once the string has been created. So this was the basic part.